of that, or if you want to write it down, that's the website that will take you directly there. It has a video, it has the hours of operation, and that you can explore in this website. Also, we do have computer labs and tutoring services. I know they're open, till like 8 o'clock, I believe. They're open on weekends. You can do appointments virtually as well. I've also put the link there if you want to take a picture or write it down so that you can explore if the student, needs these services, they're available. We also have the Early Alert and Intervention Program. This program is where instructors, they keep track of the students that are not doing so good when they're taking dual, if they're not attending class, they're doing poor participation. They submit this alert. We, in return, send it to the counselor, and the counselor contacts the student and the parent. And then we also have disability services. And these services are basically, if the student is attending high school, then they would follow those policies and procedures. If the student will take a dual course at our campus, then we would follow TSC's policies and procedures. It's also important to know that the students, if they're going to be, using these services, that they need to have their ID, their high school ID. Right now, we're not issuing TSC IDs, but as long as they know their TSC number, their username, so that they can verify that, they are a dual student. Okay. Servicios de apoyos. Tenemos servicios de apoyo de la biblioteca. Puse el link aquí, padres, por si quieren anotarlo o si quieren tomar una foto. Hay servicios, si los estudiantes necesitan más información, pueden explorar aquí y les enseña en la website, les enseña un video cómo pueden entrar a las otras databases para que agarren más información. También tenemos laboratorios de computación y de centro de tutoría. Están abiertos hasta las 8 de la noche y también están de sábado hasta las 2 de la tarde. También pueden hacer citas virtuales para obtener tutoría si el estudiante lo necesita. También tenemos alerta temprana y programa de intervención. Es donde el instructor, si el estudiante no está atendiendo la clase, si no está haciendo las tareas, mandan alertas y nosotros recibimos esos correos, se los mandamos a las consejeras para darles a saber cuáles son los estudiantes y las razones, y las consejeras hablarían con el estudiante y con el padre. También tenemos servicios de discapacidad. Estos servicios están disponibles si el estudiante está en high school, seguirían las pólizas de la high school. Y si el estudiante estaría tomando una clase de dual en el campus, en TSC, entonces seguirían las pólizas del TSC. Here are some of the dual credit deadlines. For the last day for students to submit dual documents, you would need to see your counselor for those deadlines. The last day to drop courses is August 27th. This is for the fall 2021. And the last day to withdraw would be November 12th. We also have our student handbook available. Here's the website, and these are the tabs that you would be looking at, the current student and the student handbook. Any questions? Hello? Hello?
Hello, I have a question, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but in that email that our child is supposed to receive from TSC after from Apply Texas, the SSPR, that number that we're supposed to change, or that our password, is that recommended that we do now or that we wait till later then?
You can already register. Basically what you're going to be doing is registering your account, registering the student account, so that once once the student begins dual, they'll already be registered, and you'll need your phone number, personal email address of the student, a student phone number preferably. That way they can reset their own account.
And well, the account is, everything was put under her name, but we still need to register the account, right?
Yes, she would need to register her account.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, you're welcome. Any other questions?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, this is Mr. Aguirre. So my son already registered, and I'm sorry, apologize. I joined in the call late. He's already registered. He already got the letter from TSC, but now he needs to. They gave him a form that he needed to fill in to register for classes for 9th grade. Does he have to select the dual enrollment classes, or how is this going to work? Or is he going to be enrolled automatically?
Well, that is going to come later. That's going to come later. Right now, that email is basically just to register the student account.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So he has already registered. He got the letter from TSC that he was accepted. Is there anything else I need to do?
At this point, no. If you've already registered the student account, that was it.
Okay.
As far as the courses go, that's going to be done through your counselor.
Through the counselor. Okay. And do I have to meet with them, or?
Well, she's going to get a list. If your student right now is in 8th grader, they're going to get a list that your middle school counselor is going to send that list to your high school counselor, and then letting her know which students want to participate, and they'll take it from there.
I see. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and begin the portion for Veterans Memorial. At the end of the meeting, Ms. Lopez, Ms. Cantu, myself, and Ms. Pedraza will be available to answer any questions. Also, I forgot to present some at the very beginning. We have Ms. Melissa de la Torre present, and she is our early college liaison for BISD. So she's also will be available at the end of the meeting to answer questions. Okay, I'll go ahead and begin. Good evening. All right, so what is early college high school? ¿Qué es una escuela early college? Early college is it's an innovative high school that allows students to take at least to attend college.
Mr. Salazar, we can't see the presentation.
Let me see. Okay, let me see.
We can still see the TSC one.
You see the TSC one?
You might want to unshare and then start sharing again.
Yeah. Can you see that one now?
Yes.
Okay, then begin the presentation. All right, so I'll speak in both Spanish and English, and I'll read slowly. What is early college high school? It's an innovative high school that allows students to attend college. We try to give them the opportunity to get at least 60 college credit hours. ¿Qué son las secundarias early college? Son escuelas que permiten a los estudiantes con la posibilidad de obtener hasta 60 horas de crédito universitario. What does it do? It provides dual credit at no cost to the students. It offers rigorous instruction and accelerated courses. It provides academic and social support. It gives students personalized attention and increases college readiness. ¿Qué ofrece una early college? Provee créditos duales sin costo al estudiante. Ofrece instrucción y cursos acelerados. Brinda apoyo académico y social para ayudar a los estudiantes. Brinda a los estudiantes una atención altamente personalizada y aumenta lo que aprenden de un colegio. What are the differences between an early college and a dual enrollment? ¿Qué son las diferencias entre un early college y una matrícula doble? En early college, Well, I'm just going to read everything in English and I'll read everything in Spanish. The students may apply to be part of early college high school. In early college, students will begin taking dual credit courses in the 9th grade. In early college, students will be grouped in co-academic courses with other early college students. Students will receive additional support through AVID. The expectation is that all students graduate with an associate degree. Work study may be part of the program, and mentorships may be available. Now, versus the dual enrollment is open to all BISD students. Students may begin taking credit courses in the 9th grade. Students will take courses with other students. AVID is not available. Students may earn up to an associate degree. Work study may be part of the program, and mentorships may be available. So, ¿qué son las diferencias entre un early college y matrícula doble? En early college, los estudiantes deben aplicar para ser parte del cohort. Los estudiantes comenzarán a tomar cursos de crédito dual en el 9º grado. Los estudiantes se agruparán en cursos académicos con otros estudiantes de early college. Los estudiantes recibirán apoyo adicional a través de AVID. La expectativa es que todos los estudiantes se gradúen con un diploma de asociado. El estudio de trabajo puede ser parte del programa y programas de mentores pueden estar disponibles. Ahora, ¿qué es Dual Enrollment? Dual Enrollment está abierto a todos los estudiantes de BISD. Los estudiantes pueden comenzar a tomar cursos de doble crédito en el 9º grado. Los estudiantes tomarán cursos con todos los demás estudiantes. AVID no está disponible. El estudiante puede obtener hasta un diploma de asociado. Work Study puede ser parte del programa y programas de mentorship estarán disponibles. Okay, early college high school commitment, compromiso de early college. Student may attend a TSI summer bridge program until mastery is achieved on the language arts and math TSI. TSI tutorials and intervention will be required as an ongoing process. Priority in scheduling be given to the dual credit course over any other course offered. Courses will be scheduled for the student based on the crosswalk leading to an associate's degree in general studies or core complete from Texas Sophomores College. And academic core classes should be honors classes. Okay, ¿qué es el compromiso? El estudiante debe asistir a un programa de verano TSI hasta que logre el dominio en artes de lenguaje y matemáticas de TSI. Se requieren tutoriales e intervenciones de TSI como un proceso continuo. Se dará prioridad en la programación al curso de crédito dual sobre cualquier otro curso ofrecido, por ejemplo, clases electivas o avanzadas. Los cursos se programarán para el alumno basado en un plan que conduce a un diploma de asociado de estudios generales de Texas Sophomores College. Y las clases de core académicas deben ser clases de honores. Students who do not attend the feeder school of an early college campus can be part of the cohort but need an approved transfer. Summer school or after school courses may be required if a campus cannot offer a specific course during the assigned academic year. Student must be enrolled in the Advanced via Individual Determination AVIC class, college readiness class, and the early college cohort is a 4-year commitment to the program. Los estudiantes que no asisten a sus campus designados de early college pueden ser parte de cohort, pero necesitan una transferencia aprobada. Se pueden requerir cursos de escuela de verano o después de clases si un campus no puede ofrecer un curso específico durante el año académico asignado. El estudiante debe estar inscrito en las clases de preparación universitaria de avance vía determinación individual AVID. Y el Early College es un programa de compromiso de 4 años. Timeline and deadlines. Some of these deadlines are already come and gone. January 15 was the parent online survey. February 22nd, that's already coming up. It's the Apply Texas application. When we're doing this right now, between this week as our parent meeting, so we're doing ours today. On March the 5th, all commitment forms are due. And on March 29, if needed, and if we have too many more students available than the slots, too many students, then we will do a lottery. So, ¿qué es la cronológica y las fechas límites? Ya pasó la primera, que fue el 15 de enero, encuesta en línea para padres. La que viene siguiente es el 22 de febrero, es solicitud de Apply Texas. ¿Ok? Las juntas de padres la estamos haciendo ahorita, lo que estamos haciendo. El 5 de marzo, formularios de compromiso. Y si es necesario, el 29 de marzo haríamos una lotería. Eso más si es necesario, sea más estudiantes que posiciones disponibles. Required forms. Here's the listing of the forms. I think Ms. Pedraza, I think they're available with the Stillman. We also will post this PowerPoint online, so you'll be able to see it. So there you have a BIZ application, and you have a TSE consent form. I'm not going to read the whole forms, but those are the two that are required. Formularios requeridos para dual enrollment o para early college. El primero sería una aplicación con BIZ, okay, donde elija early college o matrícula doble. Y la siguiente sería un TSE consent form. Okay, estas formas están disponibles con Stillman. Y también vamos a tener este PowerPoint disponible en la página de veteranos. Si hay una lotería, if there is a lottery, this is the process we're going to follow. As for TEA, the Texas Education Agency, the early college shall use either a performance blind open access lottery system that encourages or considers. There's different factors that we're going to look at pretty much when they're doing the lottery. And this will be done at the district level. More details will be forthcoming, but pretty much TEA sets strict guidelines on how we need to do a lottery system. So you look over on the blue side where it's blue, the BIZ weighted lottery system. They're going to look at 3 different categories, and based on where you meet them is how many times you'll be entered. So number 1, you're in this ethnicity recording PIMS, which is the Texas Public School information system. Whether you're Hispanic or African American, you get 1 entry. If you're at risk, you get another. You're economically disadvantaged, you get a 3rd one. If you do not meet any of these 3 indicators, then your name will be placed in the lottery 1 time. And again, a lottery is only if necessary. In the past 3 years, we have not had a lottery at veterans. It has happened at other schools, but not at veterans. ¿Qué es una lotería de selección? Es requerida por TEA. Tiene sus requisitos que tenemos que cumplir para una early college. So en la caja aquí azul está el sistema que se va a usar con BIZ. El nombre del estudiante se va a registrar en la lotería, basado en el número de indicadores demográficos que se indican en nuestra base de datos PIMS. La base de datos PIMS es el sistema de datos que usan las escuelas públicas de Texas. El primero sería el grupo étnico registrado en PIMS, es hispano, afroamericano. 2, si está en riesgo. Y 3, si está en desventaja económica. Si no cumple ninguno de esos 3 indicatorios, el nombre será colocado en la lotería una vez. Ahora estaba comentando en inglés que la lotería en los últimos 3 años no se ha necesitado en veteranos. La lotería más sería si tenemos más estudiantes que capacidad. Pero como digo otra vez, en los últimos 3 años no se ha utilizado la lotería en veteranos. Sí se ha utilizado para otras escuelas en BISD, pero no en veteranos. Okay, our next page is a crosswalk, and this gives you an idea of the classes, the dual classes, the early college classes that the student will be taking as they go along through the 4 years in high school. As you see, when we begin in 9th grade in the fall, they take Spanish and then music appreciation. 9th grade spring, the second part is Spanish and speech. And then as you go on in 10th grade, you have such courses as arts or sociology, psychology available, electives. But then when you get to 11th and 12th grade, when you're part of the cohort, you have the required courses, which is the English 1301, the Math 1314, the U.S. History 1301. And then in 12th grade, you have the English 1302, the Math 2412. And then at that point, you also have biology courses that you need to take along with the lecture lab and then government courses. Esta es la secuencia de clases que se toman cuando llegan a high school, que son clases de dúo con TSC. Cuando se puede ver en la clase, cuando están en el 9º grado, son las clases de español y música. En la primavera de noveno grado es español y speech, que es discursos. En el grado 10 se puede tomar arte o sociología o psicología. Yo ya cuando llega a 11 grado, son las clases ya más de core, que son las clases de inglés 1301 y matemáticas 1314 y US History, historia de Estados Unidos 1301, 1302. También se puede tomar clases de economía 2301. Cuando llega a 12 grado, se toma curso de inglés 1302 y inglés 2341. Hay matemáticas 2412. Y luego también hay clase de biología que se tiene que tomar, que es la clase de biología con su laboratorio y la clase de gobierno. Right, so el año pasado, BIC tuvo su primera clase de estudiantes que tienen dual credit, que agarraron un associate's degree. Last year was the first year that BIC had associate degree students. We had a total of 33 BIC graduates out of our 2020 graduates. So BIC tuvo su primer grupo de estudiantes que graduaron con asociados de TSC, tuvo 33 estudiantes. All right, here you see our information. My name is Gamaliel Salazar. I'm the Early College High School Director here for Veterans Memorial. There is my email and also my direct line phone number. Also, Ms. Jessica Cantus, our College Readiness Counselor at Veterans. Her email is on there too, and also a direct line phone number.
We did create a Google Forms for our parents. However, we did notice that the chat is not working for any of our parents. So we are sorry, but the information we were asking, we can just get it from your the Stillman counselors, as they do have all of that information. If you are not at Stillman, just go ahead and email me at jcanthu2@bisd.us. We're not sure why the chat's not working. Sorry. So I'm open for questions now.
What was in that Google form that you said? What information were you requesting?
Just the student name, the middle school you were attending, and what program you are interested in, the dual enrollment program or the early college high school program, with a phone number where I can call you back.
Hi.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, Ms. Susie.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Go
Okay. Hi, my name is Susie Garza, and I work at Texas Alamos College. I work in the Department of Counseling and Student Accessibility Resources. And I did hear that they mentioned that anybody that, has just any sort of disability will be accommodated by the school. But we have understood that anybody with that needs accommodations, and if they're taking dual enrollment courses, they would have to be accommodated by TSC, actually.
Correct.
So we do have that. I mean, I don't know if anybody would like our office number. Our office number is 956-295-3587. If anybody has any questions, they would, they can. That is actually our direct line to our office.
And Ms. Garza, it was 956-295-3987?
3587.
Okay, 3587.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing.
you, Ms. Garza.
Yes, Ms., I saw another hand raised. I'm sorry. Where's the next one? Mr. Aguirre, did you still have a question?
Yes, it was just a clarification. So I wasn't able to do the survey. So I don't know if there's still time to do the survey. I already done the application, but
Yeah, the survey, we're having trouble putting it up because of our chat. It's not letting our parents access it. But just the information that I'm requesting, if the students are going to Stillman or any BISD school, the counselors will give us that information. Students who are not in a BISD school can email me at jcanthu2@bisd.us. And we're interested, just a name of the student, a phone number, and what program you are interested in, the ECHS cohort program or the dual enrollment program, and so I can get the paperwork started for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Peña, de la Peña?
Yeah, so like the counselor, I don't know, like she sent me this like to fill in like right now, but like it says here like by February 8th.
What counselor sent you something to fill out right now?
Dora Garcia.
Okay, Ms. Garcia,
Yes,
can you answer that question?
Ms. De La Peña, I don't know if you can hear me. The deadline would be for next Monday. I'm currently sending, my name is Dora Garcia, I'm a counselor at Stillman Middle School, and I'm the one who is doing the early college high school dual enrollment paperwork. I just forwarded the 3 forms that are necessary to our parents, and they're due by next Monday.
Oh, okay. So thank you.
Any other questions I can answer?
Hi, real quick, the email that Ms. Garcia just mentioned as far as the forms that are needed, did you forward them just now, or are we to expect them?
Yes, Mr. Salazar, sir, I am currently working on sending the forms via email. So if I have not gotten to you, if you don't get the forms by tomorrow morning, then I don't have your correct email. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and forward them. If you don't hear anything from me by tomorrow morning, please contact me at 698-1829.
Okay, I'll make sure to do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Garcia, this is Mr. Aguirre. I haven't received the forms either.
Okay, sir. So yes, I'm currently, because it's good that we have, our numbers are high. They could be higher if anybody who has not completed the survey online, we are still taking names. You're still welcome to apply if you are interested in having your child take dual enrollment or early college high school courses at the high school.
Yes, Ms. Maura, your question? Maura? Maybe not. Any other questions we can help you with? Oh, Ms. Todd.
Ms. Garcia mentioned that the forms are due this upcoming Monday. Based at looking at these forms, it looks like it's something we need to print and fill out and then turn in to the campus, or how does she want to receive? And then I know the campuses are.
Ms. Todd, what is it? The College and Career Military Readiness Department. They made it easy for our parents to complete it, and they're fillable. You just have to save them. I included instructions, and you just open up the file, and they're fillable. You don't even have to print them. All our students have a computer. They've been loaned a computer, so if you use that laptop or your desktop at home, then you don't have to print them. You can download them, save them, and fill them out. They're fillable.
Okay, and then just email them back to you?
Yes, and please email them back, because it's because we have a deadly pandemic, and we're trying to avoid touching paper. So that's why the College and Career Military Readiness Department, they've gone above and beyond, and they've made it easy. So they've also forms via Word, but I sent them to the parents PDF because they're easy to fill out. You just have to save them.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Garcia. I appreciate it.
And I've included that in the instructions. The key is to save them. But they're easy to print, and you can use the desktops the laptops that were loaned by Stillman Middle School. They are touchscreen, so you can sign them using your finger. But if you don't, it's still, you can use a little pencil. Very simple.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Garcia.
I was going to use parents. I was going to use the Google Classroom, but because you had to open them in Google Docs, I'm trying to do it as easy as possible. So this is a PDF. Word is very simple, although I didn't send them to you in Word because the PDFs are fillable, but you just have to save them. So we're just trying to do it as easy as possible. There's only 3 forms, and they're just filling out the student's name information. And this is all for the fall. Okay, so you can select the fall and select the choices of the classes that you want. If you want, for example, speech first, if that's your first choice, then type it in on number 1. If you want music, second choice, and so on.
Yes, Ms. De La Peña, how can we answer your question?
What's the difference in between early college, high school courses and the dual enrollment ones?
The early college high school students will be grouped together and they travel together in rigorous courses, in AP courses, in honors courses, and dual enrollment courses. Especially the freshman and sophomore year, they're really grouped together in the same classes. Throughout the 4 years, they take an AVID class. They have to take an AVID class their freshman, their sophomore, their junior, and their senior year. Dual enrollment students can take the exact same dual courses that early college high school students can take. However, dual enrollment students are not grouped together and they do not have to take the AVID class. So the early college high school students are tracked 100%. They're also grouped so we can talk to them, make sure that they're on track for their associate's degree. They get a little bit more one-on-one. And then the dual enrollment students have to make sure that they turn in their paperwork on time. They make sure that they meet all the requirements by the deadlines. Did I answer
So it's
your
kind
question?
of like the same thing, but only one's grouped and the other one isn't grouped, right?
Correct. And the early college high school has to take an AVID class every year.
Okay, so what's an AVID class?
The AVID class, what is the term mean, Mr. Salazar?
Well, the AVID course, the AVID class is a support class that we use. They'll meet through the 4 years. And it provides support. It provides help. Sometimes they use a study hall. They learn different social skills in the class. So our AVID teacher is fantastic, Mr. Abed. I wish he was here so he could present, but he is fantastic. He will be your instructor for most of the time. It provides different services, emotional and social support and academic supports are provided through that class. And those are only available to students who are in the cohort. If you're in dual classes, you can take the same courses, but you cannot take the AVID class.
He also helps like with the TSI. He helps with like once you're a junior, senior with the college application, with the scholarships. He just makes sure all around that you are ready to leave the nest 100%.
Oh, okay. And also for the documents that Dora Garcia sent me, like, can we just print them out and take a picture and like send it to her by email?
Yes, absolutely. You can, Ms. De La Peña. You can do that. I would. We don't have a problem doing. I've already gotten it cleared with the department, and they'll accept that because it's going to be saved on web. So yes, well, good question. We'll accept that.
Okay. And for the early college, high school classes, like they take dual enrollment, right? Just
Yes.
to make sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Am I already like signed up for that, or do I have to sign up, or how do I sign up?
You will have to talk to your counselor, Ms. Dora Garcia or Ms. Pedraza, and they will help you make sure those documents say everything that they need to fulfill the program that you like.
Oh, okay. So the documents that they send me, they're the ones where I want to choose if it's either like dual enrollment or early college, high school.
Yes,
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
Ms. De La Peña, if you can, if you read the instructions, it says only 3 forms So it's the first form where you're going to select the 3 or the 4 classes by choice. And then it's the second form that you're going to choose. That's why this meeting is important for you, because it explained to you and to your parents, the difference between early college high school cohort and dual enrollment. So this is your opportunity. Now the forms are already released. Now you and your parents, they have to select which route is best for me. Okay, is it early college high school or is it dual enrollment? So you're going to have to select from those forms and fill in, sign and complete one. And then the third form, which is the commitment form for Texas Southmost College. Okay?
Okay.
So this is the reason why we're here, parents and students. This is an important meeting because, we need to know what is going to be what you feel is best for your child, for their education. Is it going to be early college high school or the dual enrollment? If you still have questions about that, please ask and they can help you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I wanted to just kind of step in a little bit. Right now for parents, I know some of them are asking as far as for registering for the course. Right now you're just turning in paperwork so that your student registers to become a TSC student. Come fall, at the beginning of the year, that's when the students register for their course. Last year, due to virtual learning, TSC did us a favor of registering all our new students. But all other students that had already taken the dual enrollment course, they registered online during the first weeks that we were back. So as far as for registering for the courses themselves, that will happen next semester when they're in high school. Right now, it's just submitting in paperwork and selecting what classes they choose for next year.
This is Ms. Pedraza. So right now we are doing the choice slip, and I've asked all the students to share that choice slip with you, with all the parents. So that way they can discuss the best classes. Now, just because they choose it, we're gonna double check, veterans is Ms. Soto, and they're gonna double check their paperwork with Ms. Cantu's paperwork to make sure that indeed those students did turn in paperwork. And so if they're going into the early college, the cohort, they will check, they will cross-reference with Ms. Jessica Cantu's paperwork, and they will cross-reference also with the dual enrollment. So right now, yes, we're gonna put it on the choice slip. Next week, we're gonna register, through Google, through a link. But once Ms. Soto gets that list, she's gonna cross-reference all those names. I think that's what the parents were asking, like, how do I register? Once the kids are in class and they have double checked their rosters that Ms. Cantu turns into the university, they will double check. And when they're in class, they will register. Most likely they will register together, but you do need to double check in the fall, making sure that your son and your daughter have already registered in class. But for right now, we're just doing the choice slips. I'm trying to get all the students to have a conversation with their parents to make sure they're on the same page, that if they're applying for dual enrollment, did you turn in all that paperwork? If they're doing the early college, the cohort, did you turn in all that paperwork, especially if the deadlines are coming? Entonces, padres, soy la consejera de Stillman de 8 grado también y estamos haciendo las clases para el siguiente año, pero nada más porque ponemos en el papel que vamos a hacer esa clase. No quiere decir que vayan a estar totalmente. La consejera va a revisar con Ms. Jessica Cantu y con Ms. Soto que esos niños sí se apuntaron y que entregaron el papeleaje. Entonces, sí, ellos van a revisar que todo lo que los niños pusieron sí entregaron y están apuntados. Gracias.
Lo único que yo estoy batallando es que no tengo los papeles, o no sé dónde accesarlos. ¿Dónde están esos papeles?
Los papeles los están mandando las consejeras Dora García y lo están mandando poco a poco. Dice si no reciben el correo electrónico de los papeles el lunes, que le puede hablar a su oficina y le va te va a dar los papeles.
Ok, porque la fecha es para el lunes, ¿verdad? Pero ya estamos a
Sí, el
jueves.
día 8. Ms. Zapata, I'm sorry, your question was next?
Can you see my
yes.
screen, Ms. Cantú?
Yes, I
Yes.
can.
Ok, sí, yo sé que ahorita sí tienen mucha prisa yo sé que es como tienen la fecha límite que va a llegar. Si gusta, no sé si ven la página que está ahorita aquí. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Aquí tengo todas las formas disponibles, es nuestra página web donde usted puede ir si las quiere buscar. Ahorita se va a bisd.us, donde dice aquí distrito. Va donde dice Early College District. Este es nuestro sitio web del Early College High School, del nivel de distrito. Tenemos 2 escuelas, Early College High School en P-Tech. Está interesado Early College High School. Donde tengo los consejeros, ahí pongo todos los formularios que son necesarios. Y aquí va a ir a New Student Forms. También si gustan ver, aquí tengo mucha información para ustedes, como la lista de las clases que pusimos está aquí en el crosswalk. Tenemos también los brochures, si gustan verlos en inglés y en español. Aquí todas las formas que usted quiere ver. Aquí va a estar las New Student Forms y ahí las tenemos disponibles en inglés y en español. Entonces las puede encontrar. Esta es la que va a necesitar para TSC y esta va a ser para el cohorte. Si gusta la Early College High School, si solamente quiere Dual Enrollment, aquí está también. Como les digo, yo sé que la consejera va a mandar el correo electrónico, pero si se siente un poquito más seguro de ir a encontrarlas usted mismo, aquí las puede obtener.
Muchísimas gracias.
I'm sorry, Ms. Zapata, your question?
It's okay. Yes, my question is, if we decide to go through the early college route, I understand that she needs to, I guess, take the TSI. If let's say she wants to take the English, the algebra, does she have to take the TSI for all those classes before they can register her to that? And when is the TSI, and by when does she get her scores? Is it going to be way before August that school starts? Or is it going to be because they're saying you guys are not going to register for these classes until the beginning of fall semester? But is that already going to be too late?
Okay, so our students, our freshmen, typically only take music, art, Spanish, or speech. Students usually have to attempt the ELR TSI. However, since the pandemic, TSC was nice enough to go ahead and waive that for our current 8th graders. So they will be able to get cleared to register for this class, even though they have not taken their TSI. However, once our students are here at Veterans Memorial, they will have the chance to register for any of our TSIs. There are 2. We have the ELAR, which is the English and reading, and the writing is all combined, and you have the mathematics. The students will have to pass those exams to apply for psychology. They need to pass the reading writing one. To take a college algebra, they would have to pass the math. So those TSI exams have to be completed before they register for those classes, and we're open all year for TSI testing.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Yvonne, Ms. Barnes, how may I help you?
Yes, good evening. I have a few questions.
Yes,
my first question, if my child is interested in maybe just taking one course, let's say the art course, dual enrollment, just to get her feet wet, would a better option for her be dual enrollment as opposed to the early college cohort?
Very good question. Again, dual enrollment courses are for all students. The dual enrollment students and the early college high school students will be taking the exact same dual courses. They're just labeled differently because the early college high school students will be traveling together and have to take an AVID course. The dual enrollment student, they can take any types of regular core classes, like they can take a regular English class, an honors English class, or an AP. See, our early college high school classes have to take the highest level of core classes because they're committed to do all rigorous courses. But they take the exact same dual courses. Does that answer the question?
Yes, I think it would be best for her to do a dual course as opposed to joining the early college
Right.
path. My other question is when it comes to like the the weight for GPA, what carries more weight in high school? Would it be an AP course, an honors course, a dual course? What carries more weight?
Very good question. Also on that one, AP and dual courses are weighted exactly the same. Um, they're at a 6.0 GPA. However, when you take your AP exam, if the student passes it, that is the only time the AP goes into a 7.0. But other than that, they stay exactly the same. What is the difference? Well, AP, students would like to take AP because of that. Yet when they go to a college, it is let me word this correctly. It is in the college discretion if they will accept the AP course for their college credit, and they get to choose what grade they give you on their college transcript. So you can get a 4 and UT can say, okay, we're going to give you a C over against Texas A&M. They might give you the A. It just depends the college that wants to give you what they want at their university. Opposed to a dual enrollment course, if you get an A, when you take it with you to another Texas school, it's still an A. And it's a for sure thing. Some students do not pass the AP exam, so they do not get the credit. So that is the difference between the AP and the dual. Do you want a guaranteed dual course or risk that you don't pass the test and you may not get credit for the class, or risk the fact that the college may not give you the grade that you like once you transfer or apply to that school?
And at that time, would the student have the option to take that grade or not from that college? So like, let's say the UT is only going to give the child or the student a B as opposed to an A. Can the student not accept the B and take the class in college?
Yes, ma'am. They can opt out not to transfer and they can retake the course.
Okay. And then my other question is, I guess maybe for Ms. Pedraza on the choice slips. So right now that they're filling those out, if they choose a dual course, do they also choose a pathway? And then do they also choose their regular classes that are not dual?
Yes, our choice
Yes.
veterans
Yes.
will be given to the middle school, and it has all of them. They are going to choose all of their core classes, their electives, and their pathway. Miss Sandra Soto, our veterans career pathway officer, has done 128 presentations with the middle school. So they kind of went over each one of them. Hopefully, the students thinking. Please encourage your children not to go with one that their best friend wants, because they will be taking like the career pathway of engineering, but if they're not really into it, they're not going to like those classes. So please make sure that the student chooses a career pathway that they love, that they're going to enjoy, not what their friend wants. We do have a lot of students that do that. Ms. Pedraza, can you chime in?
Yes. Now, make sure there's a video that we posted on the website. It's on Veterans and Stillman website, where they do explain the different career pathways. But yes, they have to choose 8 classes in total, and one of them has to be their career pathway. And then, of course, they have their 4 core. They have 1 PE or athletics. They have a foreign language, and then they have a fine arts. So in total there's 8, and of course one of them could be dual enrollment or the early college. And so only freshmen can only take those 4 classes. As they go to be a sophomore, and if they have attempted that TSI test and they pass, then they can continue with more rigorous courses.
Okay. Yeah, I did see that video as a good video. I saw it was posted on the Facebook for Stillman. If they choose a CTE course, they have to travel to the other school, or there's some that are offered at Veterans?
Most of them are offered at Veterans. I
Okay.
don't know if there's any that they have to travel, maybe their junior or senior year, maybe. But most of them, what I've seen, Veterans has a lot of programs.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And I had a lot of questions, but thank you. Clarified a lot of things.
You're welcome. Mr. Gutierrez, how can we answer your question?
Ma'am, I wanted to know, how do I sign up for the cohort program?
Ms. Pedraza is sending those forms so you can sign up for the cohort, or you can follow the BISD link that Ms. De La Torre showed, where you can download the forms, fill them out, and give them to your 8th grade counselor.
Yes, and tomorrow I can call you, Marco, and then I can guide you to the right person, which is Ms. Dora Garcia, but I can also guide you to download those forms.
Ms. Mariana Lopez?
Yes, can you be in the STEM and Space program at the same time that you are in the cohort one?
Mr. Salazar, can you answer that one?
I would have to check back on that one. That's a good question.
They have very similar courses. That was a question that just came up today with our lead teacher, Ms. De La Torre. She was going to look into it and see if that is possible. So yeah, we'll have to get back to you. We'll let your counselors know.
Okay, thank you.
Our response has been yes, that they can do we've been told that they can do the STAMP and the cohort at the same time. It's gonna have to be working with their counselor though, to just make sure that they're scheduling or having those summer schools to make up for the classes that they might be taking for the STAMP instead.
Mr. Ayala? Mr. James Ayala, your question?
Yes, good afternoon. This is James Ayala's mom. I had a question. The difference between the early college, high school, and the dual enrollment, when you have to follow a set schedule that they're providing for you. If we choose to go that route, is that something that, let's say your child says, I no longer, want to do that because the goal is to graduate with an associate's, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, versus the dual enrollment, to my understanding, you have a little bit more leeway as to what classes you want to take?
Yes, ma'am. You have a more leeway with the non-cohort.
With the non-cohort. Okay. Okay, that was my question. I just wanted clarification on that.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Cindy Hinojosa?
Hi, so is there a study guide or a prep class for the TSI once they're enrolled at Veterans?
Well, most of the teachers teach within, because the TSI is basic math of algebra and geometry. So we like to test a lot of our students when they're in geometry because they're reviewing all of the information. So yes, our classes already prepare our students for the TSI. Students who would like some more practice, some teachers do offer TSI tutorials after school, sometimes even on Saturdays. We also have the College Board that gives review packets on the TSI. And if you are in the cohort, I believe the AVID reviews the TSI.
Okay, and then the other thing was, so once they choose a pathway, that's it, right? There is no turning back?
I'm actually dealing with that with my 9th grader. He chose engineering with a friend, and he is not liking it. So we can change the career pathway, but we usually want to do it right after 9th grade, and one of the years they will have to double up so they can catch up and meet the 4 credits for the career pathway to get their endorsement for graduation. But it is possible because they will get like 11th and 12th grade, they start having more room in their schedule compared rather than freshman and sophomore year. They're really bombarded with courses, and in junior, senior, they have tons of room to add that extra course, so don't worry about it.
Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. Ms. Trisha Deanda, hi. How can I help you?
Hi. Hello, ma'am. This is Jared Deanda. If we're signing up for dual enrollment, the only 2 forms we have to email back is the the new student enrollment and the dual enrollment,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes. And just let you know, he has his own business. I'm so proud of him.
Thank you.
We need
Well,
the TSC
I,
guidelines too. The
let
TSC
me-
guidelines.
The TSC
Let me,
guidelines, Jared.
TSC.
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to clarify with that. I sent you those forms and I am going to require form number 1, which is the new student enrollment form, because that will let me know what, which choices you would like to take in the courses that are available, either
Okay.
speech, Spanish, music, art, or
And if he's only going to choose one, should he still
no,
put,
he's gonna complete the 4 by you because I have to write down the 4 choices to and provide that to the high school. So you choose it by, okay, which one does he want the best? Okay, type it in number 1, and which is the second best, and so on.
Okay.
And the reason we do that is, let's say someone puts art and then music. We as a campus, we ask to get an art teacher and a music teacher to come teach at our campus. Sometimes they only give us one. So they may have chosen art, but their second one was music. We can't do art because we didn't get that teacher. So they have to choose the music. So that's what we ask. We have a Spanish teacher and we have a speech teacher. So we always request our art and music teacher from TSC so they can provide that for us.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem. Yes, Marcos Gutierrez, how can I answer your question?
Hi, I'm Marcos Gutierrez's mother, Alicia. My question is, he already received the letter of acceptance from TSC and they sent him an email. Does he have to change the password? I think something about SSPR.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So our students, they get a temporary password, which is a capital letter and a lowercase letter, and then those numbers are actually his TSC ID. So make sure you write that number down because it's very important when we are doing applications for next semester. Remember that students will have to register per semester. Actually, they apply with me per semester, register per semester, just like if they're in college. So every semester we have to do an application and registration for the classes. So that number will be needed on that application when I'm filling out the forms. And yes, please change it so it will not void, because it voids in about 90 days.
Okay, my other question is, there's an application on the Stillman website. That one, it asks for an essay, a handwritten essay. Does it have to be handwritten? Can be typed? Do we send it through email or we drop it off?
I want to say that was the early Bex. I'm not sure if that was yours or is it?
Well, it says there ECHS cohort application.
Yes, it has the two open-ended questions in the back. They can be short answers typed and then sent over. It's basically, those questions are for us to kind of give the students a college feel, like when you're doing applications, you know, you do open-ended questions. So it's just to get the students practicing so that they understand, you know, that they're making their commitment and answering open-ended questions, such as when they do several college applications.
Oh, okay. I was all worried. For the recommendation form, will that be filled out by you or a teacher? Because it asks for a recommendation form. No.
Then that's another one. We don't have a recommendation form.
Yeah, that you were confusing the Bex application.
Oh, okay. So that one does not apply to all this.
No, Bex, we did a presentation today. Yes.
That's good, because I was kind of confused. I'm like, I really don't understand about this application. I mean, it wasn't mentioned on the first meeting that I attended with this one. Let me see. So, and the only classes that they're allowed to take before the TSI would be the Spanish, speech, art, or music, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. And I believe that, yeah, that's it, ma'am. Parents, I just want to let you know that this is Ms. Garcia from Stillman. I just want to let everybody know that I have completed sending the forms via email. So if you have not received it, I don't have your correct email, you can send me an email to Dora Garcia at bisd.us, and I'll gladly send you the forms.
Mr. Ayala, what's your question?
I'm sorry, I don't have any questions. I already asked. I thought I had lowered the raising of the hand. Sorry, I apologize for that.
No problem. Mr. David Mota?
How do you?
For the choice slip, does it affect if we're doing the dual enrollment classes? Does it affect the STEM in the space program?
That's what Mrs. De La Torre was talking, that you can still do the STEM program. It should not affect you.
Okay, thank you.
Mrs. Susie Garza?
Yes, ma'am. I just have a comment. I believe, like, if students want to try taking the TSI, I believe our website, tsc.edu, they can go under testing and they can actually take like a mock test there just to get the feel of the TSI. They can see what's actually incorporated in the test. Like they can get a sample test on there on our website.
Thank you so much, Ms. Garza. I believe AccuPlacer also has a mock test of you, the students. That's where a lot of our review questions come from. AccuPlacer, because that's where we take the TSI test. Ms. Jimena Duran?
Yes, this is her mom. Where's the TSI testing gonna be? Is it on online?
As per the pandemic, we do have two forms at the moment. We do have virtual testing and we do have in-person testing. In-person testing, we only do 10 students because they actually sit about probably like 12 feet away from each other in a lecture hall. And they test, they take the temperature, we do all the protocols, they come in, they leave all their belongings, they show their ID, we will start the test. I can start it remotely and I can see as they're testing, or you can do it virtually. However, virtually we only have certain days and they will register with their academic counselor here at Veterans so they can get a spot.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I do know that you can take you can also opt to pay for your TSI testing. I think TSC charges $10 to take a test. I know I did that this last summer with my son, and they also they were doing virtually. I can't quote you if they're still doing virtual, but they were before. You would have to call TSC.
And then students have Apex at the middle schools, so they can do TSI practice tutorials too. They want to get ready beforehand.
Is there any other questions?
Yes, like my son is in the 504 program. With who do I address for those accommodations?
It would be me. I'm actually also the 504 coordinator for Veterans Memorial, and we follow their BISD instructors that we have here at Veterans. We follow the 504 accommodations. So with their accommodations, they're going to follow him from 8th grade. They follow him into the high school, and they same ones apply.
I believe for dual enrollment, we do have to turn them into TSC so our professors can.
Yeah, if they're on campus at TSC, I believe does have an accommodations office for 504, and those have to, that's when it's a TSC instructor. But this year at Veterans, we had all our BIC instructors, our in-house instructors, so they follow BIC guidelines, so they follow the 504 accommodations.
Ms. Jimena Duran? I have a feeling Ms. Duran's having trouble with her mic. She can't get through.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, okay. Your question, ma'am.
Oh, So the TSI is just an entry exam. Like if she chooses to get the highest for her college credit, right?
The TSI is a college entrance exam. They have to pass those as a prerequisite for specific classes.
Okay, yes.
It's a prerequisite.
So then for that, do we need to go online like for the real, the face-to-face testing or the other option to see when it's available?
Once the students are here at Veterans, we will give them those two options. They will have to be veteran students already, and they will contact their academic counselor. Sometimes we even have a sign-up link. We'll send it out through Remind to our students, and they can click the link and sign up for any TSI test.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No problem. Yes, Ms. Villanueva.
Hi, yes, good evening, Ms. Cantu.
Good evening.
Ma'am, my question is, you mentioned for the cohort, if they do decide to choose that pathway, that they do have to take an AVID course every year. Does that AVID course take the place of another class? Like, is that going to like inhibit them from maybe taking an elective or a fine arts or? You know, because I know that their schedules, I think you guys said there was like 8 classes in total that they have to take. So that AVID class would take the place of a different class?
Yes, it's their elective course. They take one of the elective courses in their schedule. So it is required in the cohort.
Okay, so it would take the place of an elective. It's not like an after school class they have to take or anything. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
No problem. Is there any more questions? Mr. Salazar?
All right, I would thank you everybody for attending our meeting. Parents are our foundation for everything we do here at Veterans, and we thank you so much for the support that we get from every and how much you all advocate for your children. So we thank you. We look forward to having everybody here next year at Veterans. Hopefully, let's see how things turn out, and maybe hopefully we'll do face-to-face instruction sometime next year. But we look forward to having everybody here at Veterans. Ms. Cantu and myself are available for any questions you may have. Well, if you go onto our Veterans Memorial website and on the links on the top of the page, there's one for early college. You click it on there, you will see all our information. You'll see Ms. Cantu's information, you'll see my information. You also see the instructors that we have here on campus. They're available on there. So there's a lot of information on our Veterans Memorial website. Feel free to give us a call at any time or send us an email, and we'll get you the answer. If you don't know the answer, we'll try to find you the answer and point you in the right direction. So again, thank you, parents, for being here tonight, and we look forward to seeing everybody here in the fall.
Have a great night.
Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Ms. Cantu?
Good job, Ms. Cantu.
Yes, ma'am.
Good job, Mr. Salazar.
Thank you. Okay, yes.
I know that you took attendance. Do you know how to pull it up from the Teams?
I downloaded it. I don't know where it's at.
The Excel sheet?
I when it said take attendance, I said I took attendance and then I downloaded it.
I think
Where it says participants, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Cantu.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, and Ms. Pedraza also.
Tengo una pequeña duda. Cuando estaba mirando lo del, fue una foto que le tomé a los courses.
Okay, sí.
Pero en el top dice que es cohort. Eso también se asimila con el dual enrollment. O sea, I'm worried about the TSI. Ella tiene que tomar el TSI even though en 9th grade lo que le ofrecen es Spanish music, que ustedes dijeron que no tenía que tomarlos porque el Texas había waived el requirement for those. O sea, ¿cómo por ejemplo, más adelante, si ella está en dual enrollment, más adelante, ¿cómo ella puede, pues, coger esos cursos, de, por ejemplo, qué sé yo, inglés, o sea, todos esos cursos que requieren el TSI? ¿Tiene que coger el examen ahora o es cuando ya entre a veterans?
Es otra vez, cuando son freshmen y sophomores, se les va a dar la oportunidad de pasar el examen TSI. Como ahorita, por ejemplo, estamos en la clase de geometría, estamos tratando de asistir a los estudiantes y les damos la oportunidad de que tomen el examen TSI. Si no están en el cohort, nomás con que cuando tomen las clases de inglés o de historia, que esas son las clases de 11 y 12 grado, entonces tienen que pasar el TSI. Y el TSI le ofrecemos el año entero, desde agosto que comienza la escuela hasta mayo, cada semana hay oportunidad para tomar examen TSI.
Sí, entiendo. Pero entonces ustedes le dicen cuándo tiene que coger esos TSI, for her to be able to get the credit, right? Así, así funciona. Okay.
Like as right now we are doing like we're doing applications for the summer. So right now we're also sent, okay, make sure you're registering for your TSI. Make sure that you have passed all your requirements for the courses that you are trying to apply for. So students will apply for them, and then they will say, I want to take sociology. So you need to pass the reading writing. They can come take the test. If they pass it, they're going to get cleared. If they don't pass it, then they will not get cleared. So they have to make sure that they pass the exam.
Okay, y eso tiene que ver con los cursos que ella ahora mismo va a escoger o no. O eso es ya más adelante. Es que esa es mi duda.
Las clases que requieren que te tome el TSI y que lo pase son más adelante, son como las clases de inglés, de historia.
Ok, exacto. So que ahora no me tengo que preocupar porque ella tome el TSI.
No, más con que lo intente.
Ok.
Ya está así. Pero no tiene que pasar.
Pero, y esos son solamente de ciertas clases en específico, no todas.
Sí.
Ok.
Eventualmente,
Perfecto.
cuando llegue a esas clases de alto nivel, sí va a tener que pasar el TSI.
Ok. Si es even though, no importa que esté en cohort o que esté en dual enrollment.
Right. Exactamente.
Ok, perfecto. Ok. Para todo. Thank you so much.
No, gracias.
Bye.
Bye. Is there any more questions? Melissa, I say it says, I think she's frozen.
I think she froze.
Mr. Salazar, so I went to participants.
There's Mr. Dator.
There she is. Okay, so
you went.
I clicked the 3 dots. I download attendance list.
Is it blank?
It says 1 file downloaded.
It's on your downloads.
But I can't find it in the downloads.
It probably has a strange name because that happens to me too when I look on downloads, and then it has like some totally random name on it.
Did you download your files by date? It should be the first one.
No, it's not by date, so I'm really hiding. And it's going to be in Excel?
Yes.
11.2, that's not it. 2929, no. Excel 11, no. 21120, that's 834, so that's not it.
You might want to stop recording too. I think the parents have enough if you want to put it up.
Oh, let me stop recording. I can find you. I lost your window. Here we are. Where do I stop recording? Oh, right here.